How about now?
And Facebook.
Hey, we welcome you to sunny Greenwood, Arkansas, and some non-conference Lady Bulldog softball today as the Har-Ber Lady Wildcats have made their way down I-49. Play a little midweek action here as we keep getting ready for postseason play. A sun-drenched 73 degrees here today in Greenwood. Not really a drop of wind, and for sure not a cloud in the sky. Tim Terry here. Glad to have you aboard. Dr. Dustin Smith, the Director of Athletics here at Greenwood High School, joining us, and also Sean Holland will be here for some hijinks.
So I got a question for you already. A drop of wind.
It's not even a drop. Well, now
I think
as you say that, the wind starts dripping.
it was
was
already
measured in a
dripping prior
gust.
to that. Yeah, gust.
Gust would be a measurement of wind.
Yeah, I didn't think a drop was a measurement of
A
wind.
ray of sunshine
There is a
and
ray
a
of
drop of rain.
Is that a song? The drop of wind is just dripping straight out. What wind there is, if you look at the flag, is at 3 miles per hour. So the home run hitting Greenwood Lady Bulldogs would sure like to see that as they come into today's ball game 21 and 17. Or I'll get in a minute. 21 and 7.
Radio's new for you.
Yes. And 13 and 1 in conference. They're done with conference play. They are the 1 seed in the 5A state tournament, which they'll play at 10 o'clock next Thursday, the 13th of May, at Mountain Home. I don't know if their opponent has been decided yet or not.
I think it has.
I think I saw it too, but I can't remember who it was.
I don't remember if it is. I think it's Lake Hamilton.
Right?
I think that's straight from.
The 4 out of the South, correct?
Right. That's straight out of Saki.
Straight out of Saki.
Yeah.
So that'll be their opponent next week. And I know for sure we'll have a radio broadcast for that game. We haven't quite talked to Mr. Holland on our road tripping next week. It should be fun logistically for baseball and softball since they're in different locales. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. Har-Ber comes in 6 and 15 on the season, 3 and 10 in conference play. And we will go with the starting lineups.
Yeah.
Greenwood's going to have Chelsea Passage at second base. Ali Saki will play shortstop. Middle infield both committed to the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville, who just won their first SEC title, by the way. And congrats to Coach Deiffel and the girls up in Fayetteville. So Passage and Saki get to run right into history in the making next year. Maddie Cartwright's over at third base. Natalie Thomas at first base. Charlie Taylor's in right field. Macy Cutsinger in center. Claire Chappell will be the designated player today for Greenwood. Tori Howard's pitching. Kenley Fisher will be in left field, and then Taylor Nichols is our catcher today. Brianna Crowley will bat first and pitch for Har-Ber. Brooke Breyer, then Jackson Logue, Madison Pratt, Ileana Sauls, Jaden Tuck, Shay Acosta, Abby Reed, Blakeland Combs, and Kylie Lynch is in left field. She's their flex, not in the batting order today. Let's see. It is Larry Lawson and Bartley Webb doing the work today for the Lady Wildcats. And, of course, Ronnie Saki, the head coach for the Lady Bulldogs, and Brandon Elmore, his assistant. This the last home game for the Lady Bulldogs, Dr. Smith, or they have one next week?
No, as of right now, it's the last home game.
Yep. So for the senior class, this will be it. Had senior day last Friday. We'll pause here and join the beautiful Kennedy Holland in the national anthem.
Oh, soon can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly
believe that's Miss Teen, University of Arkansas, Kennedy Holland.
You know, you were on the list to sing the anthem.
Right?
I can't say where at on the list,
Right?
but it wasn't the top.
Well, I like to do more of a kind of a Sinatra flair when I do the anthem, kind of a rat pack, you know. And this isn't that kind of crowd.
I mean, it's obvious why we selected Kennedy to sing.
That was a little better job this time, Kennedy. Good job, baby.
Keep practicing. You may get somewhere.
Yeah. You ought to be in a pageant or something. Thank God she's a better singer than her dad.
Far better looking.
You're right. So Tori Howard on the or in the circle, I guess, today for the Lady Bulldogs. Should be interesting. I haven't seen Tori a whole lot in my travels. She's a freshman.
Well, I can tell you this. She's got a live right arm.
Right.
She likes to throw strikes, and she can sling it in there at a pretty quick pace. And she's carried a lot of the load. Usually been the game 2 starter, the
Yep.
conference doubleheaders for the Lady Bulldogs throughout the year. So
Right.
very capable right arm that Coach Saki's trusting this afternoon in the circle.
And then it's got an all-freshman battery, too, with Nichols back there behind the dish. So some youth in the future for Coach Saki here in this program. And we're underway. First pitch is just outside to Brianna Crowley. She's a left-handed bat, their pitcher. Cartwright's up a bit at third, just in case for the little slap.
And something you don't see out of Greenwood, a left-handed batter in the lineup.
Right. That one's right down Broadway for strike one.
And you talk about a slap hitter, you know, generally your leadoff is a slap hitter in softball. Greenwood doesn't have one of those at their
Bunch of power hitters like D'Annunzio. That's in there for a called strike, 1 and 2. Of course, you know, you talk about Hayes, just obviously right out of the gate, you think of lefties here at Greenwood, and Paxton obviously wasn't a slap hitter.
no. She's like to slap it over the fence.
Yeah, right. 1 and 2 now to Crowley. Swings, this one's lifted up, and Passage out into center field finds it. Maysinger coming in, but she makes the catch. Out number 1.
Yeah, that's one of those. It's kind of no man's land. The outfielder has priority, but Passage is very quick defensively. Saw her in the last game we played here on senior night make a play almost in the first base dugout. She made a play from second base on a foul ball over that way. But Passage can cover some ground. So can Macy Cutsinger. Passage is able to get to that one and make the play.
Here's Brooke Byer, their catcher, swinging a miss, strike 1. Welcome those of you who might be tuning in up in northwest Arkansas. Hope we can paint the picture for you. Of course, you're watching it, so. But if you have to get up and go to get your refresher drink, turn the volume up louder. 1 strike to Byer, B-E-Y-E-R. Called strike on a nasty little changeup. And Dr. Smith, you didn't go through the changeup in your repertoire.
Well, I'm just telling you, she can sling it with some power,
Yeah.
and you set up the changeup because of the power.
That's nice. 0 and 2. Let's see if she comes up upstairs. Normally you climb the ladder. That just missed outside.
Tori has been notorious this year for trying to get outside on strike 3, trying to see how far out the umpire will go
Right.
and if the batter will chase that. That time she goes out there and neither gets the call nor the swing attempt from Har-Ber.
That one's upstairs. It's 2 and 2. Unfortunately, not an SEC official. You can go way outside and get third strike calls with those jokers, and on the baseball side anyway. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. And our first strikeout of the ball game is out number 2, and it's Jackson Logue, their third baseman.
And you mentioned the changeup. There was, again, just an opportunity there to you speed them up, speed up the bat, and look forward to trying to catch up to it, and then throw the changeup. And we talk about Haven Clements, who has been the game 1 starter and had a filthy changeup early on, and she has recently found that again. Tori displaying that early here in this game against Har-Ber.
First one's upstairs. Ball 1 to Logue. 2 outs here in the top of the first. No score. Greenwood and Har-Ber, the Lady Wildcats. This just a 1 varsity game?
Just 1 varsity game. Greenwood will play at Bentonville tomorrow with varsity and JV.
That ball's ripped. Guess what? The franchise over at third at the hot corner of Cartwright with a nasty snag. And over to first, no problem. 1, 2, 3 they go in the top of the first inning. No hits, no runs, no errors. Lady Bulldogs coming to bat. here on Greenwood Sports Center.
Rumor is that Cartwright girl's pretty good.
I don't know. I've heard rumors, but I think the jury's still out.
She has been stellar defensively there at third base. Played very sound defense. They call it the hot corner, obviously, because there's going to be some shots hit at you. She has handled her own there at third base and has been very, very productive in the offensive lineup for Coach Saki and the Lady Bulldogs throughout the year. So a great addition to this team. A girl who didn't play last year, obviously, because of COVID, nobody played, but she hasn't played in 4 years, I think is what she told me, and you wouldn't think she had missed 4 days.
Right.
I mean, let alone 4 years. She's played a solid defensive third baseman for Greenwood.
Took the place of, I guess AP was over there hurt last year, who's at Kansas now, so big shoes to fill. But Cartwright, not only has she been stellar defensively, but just swinging a nasty bat. Hit one out at Alma the other day, which is the biggest softball park maybe in the state, at 235 fence. And that's a pretty hefty. I think Hamilton might have hit one out over there, the only one I can think of. There's probably been more from Greenwood, but I don't recall seeing any go out over there. And here's Chelsea Postage to lead it off for the Lady Bulldogs, right-handed bat. She is a senior second baseman heading to U of A next year.
Just to reemphasize that point, Coach Saki said the only player he's known of that hit it out over there besides Maddie Cartwright was Mariah Hamilton.
Yeah.
And Hamilton hit it about every park she was in. She could hit one out of, but that's tall order to hit it out 235, and Cartwright was able to do that over there.
That's a deep shot. Here's the 0-1. Bossa dropped back up the box and a single in the center. Just what the doctor ordered. Just an incredible 1-2 punch here at the top of this order. You know, we've seen teams in the past have a couple. We talked about the slap hitters, little lefties that might lay down some slap bunts and get on up here on top. But we got 2 righties up here that are D1 for sure players, and they just hit base hits and extra base hits and get the bat on the ball. And it's so nice to get them on base and let the other girls try to knock them around.
Well, I think Coach Saki told me today that Allie's batting .568 on the year.
There's a bunt attempt. Postage steals second on first pitch and probably could have got up and made third, but decided against it. Yeah, I was going to get some stats for the game.
Or .598. I think it's .598,
right,
somewhere around there.
That's about right.
I mean,
incredible.
Resembles more my grades in some classes as opposed to a batting average, I think.
Right. That was ball 1, by the way, to Saki. She's our shortstop, right-handed bat. And Crowley will rock and fire. Here it is. Saki rips that one to left. Just past the third baseman, Postage going to hold up. Saki had to give her the green light, Coach Saki, that is, and then shut her down. And just like that, it's first and third, nobody out. And here's Maddie Cartwright, the aforementioned franchise sophomore right-handed bat.
Maddie has been in the 5-hole and the 4-hole of late, but even the 6-hole early in the year, and now she's moved up to the cleanup spot for the Lady Bulldogs, and rightfully so. She has been.
This is a 3-hole.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the cleanup for these two. But she probably will clean them up. And there's one's ripped down the left field line and just foul. It got out of the park, but it was 11 feet just foul.
I mean, few drips to the left.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. First pitch swinging hits it out of the yard. Well, I wouldn't throw one there again. 0-1, though. Here's Crowley peering into her catcher, Buyer.
If you look where the center fielder is defensively.
There's one rip to the fence, one hop. That's going to score 2 runs. Saki's on her horse. She's going to score from first, and it's a double for Maddie Cartwright and a couple RBI. It's that easy. Hopefully it remains that easy for the rest of the way as we get into the state tournament next week.
And one thing we talk about Maddie's ability to hit the ball and field the ball, but she could flat run too. And you could see that speed on display there. I mean, I know the ball got to the fence in a hurry, but she was on second ready to go to third if given the opportunity.
And then here's Natalie Thomas, who I think's, if not first, she's second on the team in home runs with 7 and looks at a called strike. Natalie's one of those girls that didn't play a whole lot either. It was behind my daughter at first base for a couple of years, and she's been really a diamond in the rough. Natalie can sure play. Right-handed bat, first baseman. Rips that one to center. Cartwright's going to score easy from second. It's a merry-go-round now. 3-0 Lady Bulldogs. Just what the doctor ordered. Thomas in the 4-hole with an RBI.
Now batting number 17, Charlie Taylor.
And then maybe my favorite player on the team. Here's Charlie Taylor, our right fielder, plays a good catcher as well.
She is what I call the ultimate utility player because she can catch, play third. She's played in left, played right. Where they need her, she'll play. And I know this, the bat translates too. She can take it to the plate and she can swing the bat too. Very productive year for her, the sophomore utility player for the Lady Bulldogs.
Meeting at the mound between the catcher and the pitcher. She's like, I don't know, man. You got to keep throwing strikes. Just try something else. And that's in there for a called strike to Taylor. I guess you could bean them, but you're still going to get on base.
Well, I think the approach is up there. Just wait for something you can hit. And Greenwood has hit the ball solidly this inning from all four of their first four batters have hit the ball soundly.
Here comes the 0-1. A little low, 1-1.
Yeah, that may be the way. Just don't throw it in the strike zone.
Well, you know, you either put them on by walk or I guess you're just getting one base as opposed to doubles. But we'll see what Taylor can square one up here, find a hole. Real deep in center. Wind blowing straight out. Here's the 1-1 to Charlie Taylor. And that's just outside. They kind of snap throw down, and Thomas nonchalance back in.
Yeah, Coach Elmore going to give her a little talking to about the swipe tag was quicker.
Yeah, she was dead meat. Boy, base running is so important. We've seen it in baseball. They've had some issues in running bases over there a few times. Here's a 2-1, and it was inside, and Taylor helped her out and fouled that one over towards Coach Saki in the Har-Ber third base dugout. 2-2.
And it's one of those that's inside that far. Your best bet is try to foul that off, just to give another opportunity at a pitch that's not so far inside.
2-2 to Taylor. No outs. 3-0. Bottom of the first. Ooh. Wow. Well, she's living on borrowed time now. That's strike 3. It was called a ball. Sometimes you got to go with the rule 3-0.
What rule is that, Tim?
The score.
Oh, okay.
And just give them a call right there. And then what happens is normally it comes back to haunt the team that doesn't get the call, and this is going to be knocked out of the park. Well, it's in the air. It should be. Well, is it going to be an out? The second baseman drifts back, makes the catch. Good. We're out number 1.
And Charlie'd like to have that over because she was just underneath that.
Macy Cutsinger.
Got a pitch she could hit, but she lifted it, got underneath it. Second baseman made a play.
All white for the Lady Bulldogs, all navy for the Har-Ber Lady Wildcats. That's a Blakelyn Combs at second base for Har-Ber. She squeezes up the middle here against Cutsinger. 1 down now. It's 3-0 Greenwood. That's outside. Cutsinger will have the lone RBI against Bentonville, I believe, the other day in a 1-0 win.
Bentonville West.
Was it West?
Yeah, it was West. And it was a shot to right center, a double, and scored Charlie Taylor from first.
Nice. Macy, a right-handed bat. And here it comes the 1-0. That's upstairs, 2-0. And she's heading to Oklahoma Baptist. I believe that's right.
Well, she got another year here.
Right.
Don't put her there before we need her there.
Right. Exactly. But some more college talent on this Greenwood Lady Bulldogs team. They've put out a whole lot of softball players the last few years. Amazing. Victoria Taylor just comes to mind, who just set the all-time record in wins down at SAU and probably strikeouts, games played.
Career shutouts in
Yeah.
the conference. I mean,
Right.
just line them up. She's
Yeah.
got records galore. But one thing we didn't see against Bentonville West was a stolen base. The catcher for Bentonville West had a cannon behind the plate. And now we've already erased that stat as Postage stole second in the first inning.
Right. And then now a passed ball sends Natalie Thomas over to second, and Cutsinger's got a 3-0 count. Let's see if Saki cuts her loose. 1 out here in the bottom of the first, 3-0 Lady Bulldogs. Crowley will check her wristband, and a called strike. Taken all the way was Cutsinger.
Speaking of that catcher, I asked Coach Saki about her, and he said it's the only time I've ever turned the green light off because her arm was so strong.
That's
and,
saying something.
I mean, she was really impressive behind the plate.
3-1 to Cutsinger. This one's ripped to right center, and it's down for extra bases. Into the fence it goes. She'll have an RBI, and Macy's in at second base. Ball got through the cutoff. Third base there to scoop it up for nothing.
Very similar to the hit she had in that game against Bentonville West.
14, Claire Chapel.
Almost the exact same location.
Right? Well, here's Clara Chappell. She's the designated player here for the Lady Bulldogs today.
And I've said this a few times about Claire. She's got pop to all fields. She likes to go to the gaps in left and right center.
A sophomore takes ball one upstairs.
Two-sport athlete.
Yeah.
Also a member of the volleyball team and played a significant role for the Lady Bulldogs in their state title run.
She's looking for more jewelry. Just a 10th grader. Lady Bulldogs, one of the favorites in softball this year. That's upstairs, 2-0. Have been the last 6 or 7 years, really. Between them and Sheridan, Benton's been kind of a trifecta of good teams in the 6A, 5A, if you will. Whatever conference we were in at the time. This year, 5A. That one bounced in 3-0 to Chapel.
And that's what I like to see from Claire in this at-bat. You know, the players before have been getting solid hits, but she's being disciplined at the plate, not coming up there just hacking, waiting for an opportunity at a quality pitch.
Yep.
And if she gets that, she will take a healthy hack.
And she was taken all the way. That's called strike, so 3-1. She's went with the Vladimir Guerrero no gloves action, which is impressive.
Straight going to work.
Yeah, I like that. Here's a 3-1 to Chapel. And that's in there. Hit to the shortstop. She'll gobble it up. Cutsinger's going to try to go to third after the throw. She'll make it easily, and then she'll get up as the throw got away, and she'll score. So it's 5-0. Good base running from Macy. Chapel's out 6-3. That's 2 down.
Now batting number 20, Tori Howard.
There'll be an error on the throw. And Tori Howard now, the Lady Bulldogs pitcher, with 2 down. She's got a 5-0 lead. Can she help her own cause? Bottom of the first, right-handed bat. Looks at strike 1.
You know, our last game, I'm interested to get your theory here. We talked about this. Catchers usually, you'd think, could have a good eye at the plate because they see so many pitches, but the man to your left brought up, should pitchers have a good eye at the plate?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because normally their eyes are closed when they throw it. Ask them.
The batter as they're batting or as they're pitching?
As they're pitching.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't know where it's going. It's just repetition for them because they close their eyes because they're waiting for that rocket to come right back at them. They just kind of get out of the way. 1-2 the count to Howard.
That's an interesting take. I did not expect that.
She swings the one upstairs and fouls it straight back over the top into the green Jeep back there in the parking lot. So it's still 1-2.
You think so?
I don't know.
I parked a little close today. I know.
Here's the 1-2 now to Tori
Legally
Howard.
today, though, right?
Yeah.
That one's just foul outside third base. So she's battling up here with the 2 strikes.
And I like to see that as a pitcher, obviously carrying a bat and being able to hold your own in the batter's box. And Howard just keeps fouling off pitches and living to see another pitch.
Well, I like her swag. She's a freshman, and she looks like a softball player. She carries herself well, just her antics when she's not in the batter's box, when she's just between pitches whenever she's on the field, and then she's swinging a miss and a nasty changeup. So the Lady Bulldogs will go down there, but not after 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
Runner left on base.
5 runs, 5 hits. There was an error.
5.
No one left on base. First inning in the books here in Greenwood, and Lady Bulldogs lead Springdale Har-Ber 5-0. It's Greenwood Sports Center online, YouTube and Facebook. Glad to have you aboard here. No radio today. The storm that came through the other night knocked the signal out from the Fort Smith radio group. So Mr. Fair's been running around all day trying to get power back going. So we will have obviously games for you next week whenever we get to state tournaments. And we've talked about this a few times. But Thursday's games are the 13th of May. Greenwood's the 4 seed in baseball, so they'll play at 3 o'clock in Jonesboro. The ladies are the 1 seed. They'll play at 10 o'clock in Mountain Home on Thursday morning.
That's
so
what's scheduled at this point,
Right,
provided there's no changes based upon graduations.
You got the mileage on Mountain Home to Jonesboro?
it's
a
about
lot.
2 hours and 26 minutes on
2:26.
Google Earth, but I can do it in 2 flat.
So
A couple drips.
Depends on which way the wind's dripping.
Leading off for Har-Ber, number 16, Madison.
Here
Pratt.
is Madison Pratt, their center fielder, a right-handed bat. And Tori Howard back in the circle for the Lady Bulldogs. First pitch swinging to Saki and boots it, and that's a E6.
The old in-between hop.
Yep.
Ball wasn't hit really hard, but it was hit where it was a 1 or 2 hopper to Allie, and it
Now batting
it
number
bounced
10,
up when she wasn't
Ileana
expecting
Saul.
it to. So the first base runner for Har-Ber has reached via the air.
And here's Ileana Sauls. And she even people say, well, you got to charge those. Well, she was coming up on it, just hop got her. So now Sauls is their shortstop, a right-handed bat. And she squares the bunt, and the bunt's fouled straight back, strike 1.
You ask, why bunt in that situation? You're down 5-0. Try to get a runner in score position just to give yourself an opportunity at a run.
Mm-hmm.
Try to advance the runner over to second base with no outs.
And just the second inning, if it's the 4th, 5th inning, you're needing a lot of runs. And if you're still 5-0, then you probably need to play for a big inning. But just outside, 1-1.
Again, just test that at the corner and see how far the umpire will go.
Right. Another thing too, a bunt will do if she's not wanting to bunt it to the pitcher, but to get her out of her comfort zone. You see it in baseball a lot, just to get him off the mound and moving if the pitcher's in the zone. There goes a runner, and she's going to be safe, standing up safely, which is not normal. Pitch was outside, 2-1.
And that play was closer than that I think merited a slide.
Yeah, right. Madison Pratt says, my mom says I'm not doing laundry tonight, so I'm not sliding. Here's Ileana Sauls, swing and a miss. 2-2 now. Right-handed bat. Runner in scoring position for Har-Ber. 5-0 Greenwood. Cutsinger all over center field as Saki's moving her around, positioning her defensively. And there she got it. She went way outside that time, Dr. Smith, and he gave her that one.
Yeah, and that was good job by Tori there just to come back, bear down on the hitter. Got a runner advanced. Got on him via an error and stole second, but Tori locked in and locked down and said, I ain't giving you anything right here, and struck out the batter.
Jaden Tuck now, their first baseman, swing and a miss. Huge lead out there from Pratt as she came off when the pitch was released.
And a huge swing there.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to make it a 5-2 game.
Right. And here comes the 1-0, or 0-1 rather, and it's a called strike on the inside black, 0-2 now.
And that's the pitch we talked about with Tori Howard. You can't do anything with that pitch. It's so far in. You swing, you're going to fist it somewhere.
Especially when you're crowding the plate a little bit up in the box. There it is again. This time she had to get a piece of it and foul it off.
I like it. Just go right back in there.
Mm-hmm. 0-2, one down here in the top of the second. And here's Jaden Tuck waiting on it from Howard way outside. But we've seen that before.
Well, that's, I mean,
she hit her spot.
yeah, Taylor set up way over there in the left-hander's batter's box. Tried to move it back.
1-2. Inside.
Ooh.
2-2.
She lived in there earlier.
Good eye.
And go from outside to inside. As the batter, you're just hoping that's going to be a ball.
Right. 2-2 now to Tuck. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Howard. There's 2 down.
You know, I listen to Coach Saki make the calls, the numbers he just fires out there, and my daughter was playing in the softball tournament this weekend, and one of the coaches we played against, he was saying those numbers over and over again, firing them out there, and the home plate umpire says those are just numbers. They don't mean anything. He just hollering numbers just to make people think that they're actually calling a pitch of some sort.
Here's a little flare. Passage on her horse out into the grass. Flags it down. And that'll do it for Har-Ber.
One left on base.
No hits, no runs, 1 error.
Greenwood 5, Har-Ber 0.
No one, or 1 batter left on base. And you see Chelsea that time, a little range out into the shallow right.
I mean, it looked like me running, only a lot different.
Exactly right.
More athletic.
Yeah, way more athletic. Looked like she's ran before.
Right. You know, you're talking about a while ago the bunt with 5-run deficit. If you're coming in to play Greenwood, you know that there's a good chance you're going over in every inning. So you've got to make an attempt at some point to get base runners.
True. That is true. Yeah, and sometimes you just want to test the bunt defense. Obviously, we've got quality people at the corners, but you never know. Might throw it around the yard a little bit. And if they can't field it, just keep bunting. The baseball had that. We were playing someone the other day. We had a few errors at third base. And they just kept bunting. Like we were ahead. I didn't even alone you. They just kept trying to bunt. Saying they can't field it. We'll just keep bunting. Who we got? Fish. Here's Kenley Fisher, the left fielder. Right-handed bat, senior, going to play basketball at Mercer. And swinging at first pitch, that is into the right center gap. No problem for Fish. She's on her horse, and it's a leadoff double. We were talking about speed. Here's some more of it.
Now batting
Kind of
number
that
2,
second leadoff down there in the 9 hole, and here's Chelsea Passage.
And that's philosophy. We have basically 2 leadoffs, as you say, just kind of turn the lineup back over and set the table for both Passage and Zaki.
Crowley in the circle, brings it home. That's inside. Nice job of knocking that down from their catcher. Ball 1, Passage stepped out of the way. She's like, I'm not going to get hit by 1. I'm swinging this bat.
Now, I will say this. We may need to just see if the state tournament will allow Aaron Gamble to get on the mic, because he's undefeated in PA in spring sport or outdoor sports, I guess we could say, on the year.
Wow, that's a good stat.
So maybe we should fire him out there at state and see if Mountain Home would allow him to PA.
Kind of like John George did for the Hogs. He did the SEC tournament a lot.
I just call it confidence, be able to roll him out there and say, we got AG, we're good.
You Greenwood people always requesting stuff.
That's not directed at anyone.
3-0 to Passage. We'll see if Saki gives her the green light. I know she'll want to swing this down
Would
the
you
middle.
give her the green light?
I certainly would. 5-0, bottom 2. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
She's going to hit rockets. Yeah, I love it. Big turn at first, waiting for the throw to come in. It was flagged down, and Passage 2 for 2 today. Fisher over to third, and here's Ali Saki.
And Allie's saying, hey, don't you go anywhere. Give me an opportunity for another RBI if you'll stay on the base.
You think they'd intentionally walk her if she takes second?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, you meant Fisher to not go home.
No. Passage to stay where she's at.
Right. Here comes to Saki. She singled her first time up. First pitch is ripped right to shortstop and a line out. Well, there's 1 down.
Hit on the nose.
Yep.
Now batting
Here's
number
Maddie
11,
Cartwright.
Maddie
She's
Cartwright.
got a couple RBI and a double and scored a run in the first.
You know, I went over to watch a little baseball practice yesterday and thought we had a new student move in. Where's number 9?
Matt Monday?
Nope.
Oh.
That'd be Hunter Houston.
Oh,
So I
yes.
didn't recognize him with a haircut.
Haircut, wow. Cartwright went up and got this one, and it's to the left fielder. She's drawn a bead and makes the catch. Clean tag from Fish, and a sac fly for Cartwright, her 3rd RBI.
Too high.
Yes.
2. Too high.
And there's 2 outs.
Now batting number 9, Natalie Thomas.
And now the Greenwood's first baseman, Nat Thomas, will come into bat with Passage over at first base. Thomas had an RBI single her last time up. That was upstairs, ball 1. She wanted to go get it, tomahawk it. She did not, though, thank goodness.
It's sure enticing.
Yeah, right. We've got Ronald Reagan Realty sponsoring some of our broadcasts. I'll give you some player senior profiles as we go through today. Just run through 2 or 3 of them. Uh-oh, Natalie's hit one. This is a ton, and it is out of here. A home run to deep left field. A no-doubter over the fence and left. Oh, baby, a 2-run jack for Natalie Thomas. She's 2 for 2 and 3 RBI.
Just show the power that she has there. She got it up, the wind dripping to the right. She was able to hit it through the drip and out of the park.
Greenwood.
Fantastic. And the Lady Bulldogs 8-0 now. And we'll give Nat our Ronald Reagan Realty player profile. Human anatomy, her favorite subject. Going to major in nursing at Arkansas Tech. Miranda Nolan and Nick Thomas, her parents. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. That's her favorite saying. Doesn't have a favorite author. The only book she reads is the Bible. Favorite music artist is Quinn XC2. I don't know. My Roman numerals are not in right now. So 1042. Quinn 42. Quinn 92. What's XC?
XC2.
C's a 100, right? 92. Quinn 92.
That's the math guy.
Right. I majored in math for about an hour. 1 ball to Taylor.
Was that 3rd hour, 4th hour?
1 hour of college. That's in there for a called strike. 1-1 now to Charlie
92.
Taylor. Yeah, once we got past calculus 2, we started using the letters instead of numbers. I bailed. It was over with. I didn't sign up for English. I signed up for math. Taylor waits on it. Takes a hack at it. 1 and 2 now.
You
Fouled
knew
it
there were
back.
only 26 letters. You should have hung that one out.
Yeah. When
I
they
do know there's
scored-
infinite amount of numbers.
Right.
Thank you. There's a little 8.
Well, Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice.
Exactly. Here's the 1-2 to the Greenwood left or right fielder. It's upstairs, 2 and 2.
His mother just celebrated her 100th birthday.
Right? That's impressive. Yeah.
Which would be what Roman numeral number?
C. That's
C.
a C.
Yeah,
C.
You got it. C.
C.
Yes.
We're bilingual as well. That's inside on Taylor's full count. 2 outs here, bottom of the second. 8-0 Lady Bulldogs lead.
Taylor was trying to get on with a walk there, or say she got hit. I'm not sure which one, but umpire said it's just full.
Yeah, she wasn't hit for sure. Let's see if Taylor can square one up. Get in Thomas's jet stream. It's ripped. It's a base hit into left center.
She squared it up all right.
Yep. And she's on her horse, but she'll go try for 2. That's how you do it. And a double with 2 outs. The hit parade continues. There's Macy
Now batting
Cutsinger.
for Greenwood, number 2, Macy Cutsinger.
Well, this has been impressive.
And you like to see that. I mean, obviously tomorrow the competition is going to be a little bit different with a
Yes.
Bentonville team that is one of the favorites in 6A. We've a familiar opponent. We've seen them a few times.
Yes.
But it's kind of multi-purpose. Yes, you want to see a quality team, but also to play on turf. Because
Right.
that state tournament's going to be on turf and give you an experience of playing on turf and being prepared for what turf may. You may get true bounces, obviously, in the turf. But it plays a little different. You got to slide a little different than what you do on the natural surface.
To the dirt from Crowley to Cutsinger, the 2-0 count. I abhor turf. I can't stand turf. It's just, you don't have to work on fielding on turf. It just bounces right to you.
I'm struggling finding out where you stand on this issue. I wish
Yeah.
you'd pick a side.
Can't stand it. And that's ball ripped fair just inside the bag. Third base and RBI for Cutsingers. Taylor will come around to score. And 9-0 now and a double for Cutsinger. She's got 2 doubles today. 2
you-
RBI.
Are you opposed to back-to-back doubles?
Absolutely
Now
not.
batting number 14, Claire Chapel.
I understand field maintenance, and if it's rainy, you don't have to worry, blah, blah, blah. Well, it rained a monsoon the other day. We're playing ball right here. It's called a tarp. And it would be slippery, and the turf gets slippery and the wet. I mean, I don't want to hear about it. There's no bad hops on turf. And I'm sure there are bad hops. The ball spinning differently. People are probably going to be giving me a hard time on my attitude about turf, but I just don't like it. The status thing is out. Everybody. I mean, it's not. Used to, if you had turf, you were a status deal and you were somebody special, but everybody's got turf now. Now the real men got grass, like these Bulldogs here on the softball and baseball. Chappell rips one to left, and it's an RBI for Claire as Cutsinger's going to score from second, and the hit parade continues.
Cutzinger did not slow down whatsoever. Haven's batting.
Yeah, he's going to bring her in for Howard to bat for sure. Not sure to pitch, but
She was warming up in the bullpen.
well, I mean, there's a chance this thing may be a 15 after 3, huh? So maybe he's going to give her an inning to pitch. Clements will come in here and bat for sure. Bottom of the second, 10-0. And Crowley in the circle brings it home to Clements. She went upstairs and chopped one foul back into the netting. Haven, the 10th batter, or the 9th batter to come to the plate here in the second. The Lady Bulldogs have batted around.
And Tori's been great in the circle.
Mm-hmm. Chappell over at first base. Clements with a 0-1 count. And just inside, 1-1 now. And thank you to Carolyn Orr, who agrees with me on the turf. A two-nation army. Just us two. Here's a 1-1. That's up high. Haven went and got it. The center fielder couldn't get to it. The left fielder's ball, and she just gave up on it. I guess center called her off. It's going to fall for a base hit. It will take it.
Now batting number 0.
Chappell, maybe a little base running gap. Should have been on third. You could be running on contact with 2 outs, but no problem. She's out there. And here's Fish, who led off with a double in the the bottom of the second earlier. She'll bat again with 2 on, 2 outs.
Little Fish.
Mm-hmm.
Or Best Fish. That's what she tells me.
That's upstairs. Ball 1.
Kinley, another pleasant surprise for the Lady Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hadn't played in recent years on the softball team. Her sister Carly did.
Yeah.
But she's come out this year and solidified the left field position for Greenwood and has been more than an ample bat for the Lady Bulldogs.
This one's a little flare down the center. It's going to drop, and it's going to be an RBI single as Chappell's going to come around to score. You betcha.
So 2 for 2 in the inning.
Yes. That's good.
Now batting for Greenwood, number 3, Chelsea Passage.
RBI. We're back up to the top of the order in Passage. Clements is over at second, and Coach is going to come out for Har-Ber and talk to his pitcher. Gives me a chance to give you another Ronald Reagan Realty Senior Spotlight. How about Haven Clements? 4.06 grade point average, plays basketball and softball. Human anatomy is her favorite subject as well. Biology is her major. She's going to the U of A next year. Her favorite saying is, if you're not first, you're last.
That's truth.
Parents, Ronnie and Leslie Clements. Favorite author, Charlotte Bronte. Bronte?
Yeah, you got to be.
Jane Eyre, okay, good. And her favorite music artist, Ariana Grande, which I don't have any problem with that. New pitcher.
New Jane Eyre in the offering.
17 pitching.
She was a first baseman. That's Tuck. So she'll go to, I believe that's Jaden Tuck. I may be wrong.
17. Jackson Logue.
Yes, gotcha. The third baseman. And they send the pitcher to she's going to go to short, and then maybe short go to third. We'll see as they warm up here.
No, she's not. Yeah, I don't see one back out there.
Well, special thanks
Crowley's
to
number
our
6. She's going to short.
Right.
Thanks to who? I'm sorry, Sean.
A special thanks to all of the sponsors that came on board for the live stream for softball and baseball. Ronald Reagan Realty, P&K Equipment, Phil Hicks, The Dairy, Sunoco, Speedy Mart, Gasano's, Remax Executives, Gino's Pizza, TaylorMade Cuts, Nathan Staten Farm Bureau Insurance, Denver Street Barbershop, Greenwood Collision, Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative, Wave Electric, Ross Athletic Supply, Taylor Family Vision, and Adams Health and Wellness.
And that's what happened. Crowley went to short, and Sauls went to third, and then a Logue came in to pitch. And here's Passage now with 2 outs. Chelsea bats in the 1 hole. And 2 men on, a called strike to Chelsea Passage. 2 for 2 today. Scored a run in the first.
How often do you see a change of pitcher and the immediate change leads to a strike?
A lot.
What percentage would you give that?
A whole bunch.
It's not a percentage. I know math's hard, but
Right? I'm just looking through my score here. I don't have Passage scoring a run in this inning, but she had to have because she was not left on base. So, yeah, I didn't color in her little dot in my book. It is 11-0.
so a lot. That must be from the drip of wind category.
Yes,
No, who was thrown out at
11. That's
third?
right. Chelsea, a little dribbler to third and over to first, and they'll get out of the inning. But mercy was the damage done for the Lady Bulldogs as they sent 11 batters to the plate.
6 runs off 8 hits. No
1,
errors.
2, 3,
From left
4,
on base.
5, 6, 7. I
Moving
only
to
had
the third
7
inning
hits.
to score Greenwood
I
11.
have to check with Gamble where he's got one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Yeah.
runs
6
on
runs.
7
A
hits.
drip.
1 left on base. 11-0. 3 into the third inning we go, and Howard's going to come back out in the circle and man the pitching duties. Let's see. I heard Saki hollering at the umpire, probably just telling her she's coming back in.
Yeah, no sub or anything is what he said. So defensively, the Lady Bulldogs stay the same. It's always interesting to see. Well, Claire Chappell's going out to right. Wasn't Charlie Taylor out there?
Yeah. He didn't put Taylor behind the nope.
No.
Chappell is the designated player, so I think she can roam around freely. I don't know all the rules to the softball gimmick, the flex and the DP and the yada yada. I do know that Abby Reed is at the plate, their designated player for Har-Ber.
Now batting number 23, Abby Reed.
11-0, Lady Bulldogs in the lead. Top of the third we go.
I think I saw the super senior.
Mm-hmm.
She bring you $20?
Yeah, she did. Well, the change after she bought a hot dog and a drink.
Oh.
Strike call to Reed. The super senior, Harley Olivia Terry, in the house today. She's done with college for the first year, so she made it through. Don't know if she passed, but she made it. Outside ball 1-1.
Intramural superstar.
Oh, yeah. She was slashing all over the yard out there in intramural softball. Came in second in the tournament. They were second runner-up. This one's in the air and going to be out of play. Wait a minute. Cartwright got there in time.
It makes
Wow.
the play.
I thought it might get into the netting first, but she made the catch before it hit the netting. Fantastic work from Cartwright. Just into the net she goes.
And avoided the brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
The padding doesn't extend that far down towards the dugout, but Cartwright is able to keep the concentration, make the play, and retire Reed there on the foul out.
Yeah, teacher, leave those kids alone. That's in there for a called strike to Combs. Blakeland Combs, their second baseman. She bats in the 9 hole. Change-ups outside. 1-1. 11-0. The Lady Bulldogs lead here. 6A West opponent. Here is the 1-1. And that was off the fists.
I
Fouled
believe
back.
Har-Ber plays Fayetteville tomorrow in a battle for, I think Fayetteville could secure a state berth.
Huh.
Maybe tomorrow with a game against Har-Ber.
Right? Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Howard. That's out number 2. It's her 4th strikeout.
Now batting number 6, Brianna.
Har-Ber got
Crowley.
anybody on their staff, or Fayetteville got anybody up there, you know?
Like any players?
Yeah.
I
Or
don't know. I haven't
coaches. I
seen
mean,
them.
on the coaching staff.
Oh, yeah, they've got one that was decent.
Fayetteville's 3-9 in conference according to Scorebook Live, so I don't think they're going to any postseason.
No, I think they get 6.
Well, maybe then. Yeah.
6 from the West and 6 from the Central in 6A, so
Har-Ber's 3-10. That's the inside. The left-handed bat now, Brianna Crowley, their third baseman now. It's called strike 1-1. They get 6. That's right. Because the 6A's
right, it's not 4 like
only
the
two
5A.
divisions, I guess. Just outside, 2-1. Brianna Crowley started pitching. She's at shortstop now. 2 outs here in the top of the third. 11-0 Lady Bulldogs. Tori Howard swings the right arm. That's chopped right back to her. Nice defensive stab. Good job. You'd like to see her fielder position. That's 1-3 on the putout. And up, 3 up, 3 down.
No hits, no errors. No
Go the
errors,
Lady
no hits.
Wildcats here in the third. Middle of the third inning, Greenwood 11, Har-Ber 0. Yeah, I'm talking about.
Yeah, fielding your position. Like to see that out of the pitcher, being able to stab it, and especially in softball, the ball's hit back at you quickly. Obviously, you're 40 foot away, so you got to be really on your toes. And Howard just snagged that glove side and said, "I'll take care of this myself." But a great defensive play there from Tori Howard in the inning. And Greenwood will have basically the third leadoff, if you will. We talked about the second leadoff and Passage. Well, I guess second leadoff would be Kinley Fisher down at the 9 hole, but
Right.
Ali Saki will lead off this inning for the Lady Bulldogs. Saki has ripped the ball a couple times. Uh-oh. iPad got too hot, so it can't play music.
Yeah, you have to watch those things.
Yeah, it was in the sun, direct sunlight.
I get in the sun for too long and I don't want to work.
I don't have anything that flashes that says temperature needs to cool down, but
Well, here's Ali Saki.
Leading off
1
the
for 2.
field, number 15, Ally Saki.
Single scored a run, lined out to the shortstop in the second.
I may get some glares for the walk-up songs not being played, but
What was her song? I'll just sing it out the
Mm-hmm.
window.
Right? May have to get the dugout to sing it.
Acapulco.
Right. Called strike to Saki. First one she saw from the new pitcher, Logue. Jackson Logue. Oh, 1 count. Saki digs in. 11-0 Lady Bulldogs, bottom third. Leading off here in the 2 hole. Saki, it's a little blooper, but it's going to be a hit regardless. Into center field, we'll take it.
Yeah, the goal is to find the outfield grass.
Now batting number 11, Maddie Cartwright.
And that was about 10 foot into it.
Right. Here's Cartwright. 2 RBI double, sac fly RBI, scored a run.
I can assure you this, she will not be cheated on a swing.
Right. That's exactly right. You like that. No reason to. If you see it, drill it. Here it is. Chopper in the 5-6 hole. Saki's going to go. Oh, booted by the left fielder, so Allie's going to take one more bag. And she'll go on over to third. Cartwright with a single.
Now batting number
Moves
9,
up to
Natalie
second.
Thomas.
I mean, you hit it when they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Good things happen.
That's an error. Yeah, on
And
the
they're on the left fielder.
One base
let
there.
advance. Right.
Thomas now 2 for 2, 2-run dinger, an RBI single. She scored twice. And way outside to Natalie. Ball one. A no doubter in the second inning to dead left field. It's beautiful. Right down the line. A 1-ball count to her this time. First base open. And she helped her out. The ball was way inside. Swung and chopped it over to the Har-Ber dugout, left side. 1-1 now. I believe that was Thomas's 8th home run of the year.
You believe?
I believe so. I think her and Cartwright both have 8. That's pretty close. Here it comes. And that's a shot that Cartwright had the dodge, and it's a 2 RBI single. Thomas is on fire. Why not?
And Cartwright dodges the ball because obviously if she's hit with it, that's an out. But she dodged it and still able to score. Greenwood's advantage is now 13.
That's 5 RBI for Thomas on the day. Healthy. Here's Charlie Taylor now. Right-handed bat is 13-0.
You want to call a shot here?
Boy, it'd be nice. Inside, ball one.
So are you calling it or not?
Is this going to be a run rule if she knocks it out? Or we play
Yeah.
Yeah, she hits it out. I'll go with that for some dramatics.
I'll go with the Craig Goodrich sign.
Well, you talk about buttering up a guy. Called strike. 1-1.
Trying to get an insurance quote over there or something?
Well, I think
1-1.
Ronald Reagan Realty, my golly. Well, 1-1 to count. No outs here in the bottom of the third. Taylor, one swing can end it. Logue up on top, spins the ball on the right hand. She peers in. Here it comes. Way outside. 2-1. At Bentonville tomorrow, Lady Bulldogs. I think it's a 5 o'clock first pitch.
Yeah, varsity and JV.
I don't know if we'll have any stream or any media for you there, but 2-1. That one's fouled out towards the tennis court. 2-2. If Mr. Ferris can get things up and running, I might try to sneak up and do some radio. Keep an eye on social media for that.
We do have soccer senior night tomorrow night. Boys and girls will both be playing Southside. So on campus, if you need something to do, come celebrate some seniors who will be playing their final game.
There's a little fister into right field, but it's a base hit. Thomas will go station to station at second. Taylor's on. That's her second hit. Soccer and postseason, no?
Yeah, soccer is out,
Okay.
but we still have senior night tomorrow night.
Right. I haven't.
State track meet is also tomorrow.
Right.
That'll be at Hot Springs World Class High School.
We've been there.
Cut singer now with first and second base. There's no outs. Macy with a couple of doubles and 2 RBI. Scored twice. That one's outside to her. Ball one. A great day for Macy at the plate. 2 for 2.
And if you need something to do on Friday evening, the Bulldog baseball team will be here Friday night.
And we are going to live stream that, I believe. Inside. Called strike. It's a 13-0 strike zone. 13-0. The rule clearly states it.
I believe I'm with Keith on that one. Don't change things just because of what the scoreboard says.
Man, you're with every normal sports fan in America. Here's a 1-1 to Cutsinger.
Ooh.
That was a strike. Good
Yes.
changeup from Logue. 1 and 2.
Location, location, location.
Right.
Not just in real estate, but also in pitching.
So that's a good Walgreens pitch.
Yeah.
Always at a corner of a
Happy and healthy.
or an intersection of 2 roads. Here's a 1-2 to Cutsinger. Trying to stay. Yep, 3 for 3 now. Here comes one more RBI for her. As Thomas lollygags, you have to get on her horse. She gets there. The throw came in a little quicker than she thought it was going to get there. And Cutsinger with another RBI. That's 3 for her. And here's Claire Chappell. She had an RBI of her own last time up. Was a single, I believe.
Can you get any further into or in front of the batter's box?
That's it. She's up to the front.
Yep, right at the front.
No further.
14-0. Greenwood's up 2 touchdowns here on Har-Ber. That one's outside of Claire. Ball 1.
You've said that before.
I certainly have. I've said we've been
This
down
year.
2 touchdowns. Yep, this year.
If I recall.
Right. 1 ball count to Claire Chapel. Well, they beat our brains out in 08 and 09. Swinging and just foul outside third base. And I mean killed us.
And there's not a big window to try to get that one down the line
Nope.
because that third baseman is
Mm-hmm.
right on the line.
1-1 now to Claire Chapel. Right field last time we played defense. No outs still. Greenwood looking for a 3-inning run rule here if they can get, I believe that's Taylor out there second. It is. Chapel will dig in. Change up, got her swinging. 1-2.
About a 38-foot changeup.
Mm-hmm. You know that thing looks fat coming out of her hand. You're just wanting to smoke it, and it just drops off the shelf. She digs in from the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Logue spins it in the right hand. Here it comes. Way outside. Will allow the runners to move up. So now second and third. Taylor's over at third. Cutsinger's at second.
Pass ball walk-off?
Man, no.
I hate to see a game end like
It would
that.
be in baseball because there's so much room behind the home plate, but here you got a fighting chance to get it back over there. Nobody out. 2-2 to Claire Chapel. Here it comes, and it's in the air. Back goes the center fielder, still on her horse back, and it's off the fence, and that will do it. It's a double and 2 RBI officially, maybe unofficially, and a run rule.
Well, Saki ain't going anywhere.
That's 16-0. I'm curious how that would be scored officially if they do call this a run rule game,
I think it's officially a single.
which isn't really fair, and it would be only 1 RBI too, right?
And I think Home Plate Blue is trying to get Saki's attention. He's avoiding all eye contact right now.
Well, we're going to keep on playing. Here's Haven Clements, who's back in. That means she will pitch if we play another inning. And it's 16-0, nobody out. Chapel's at second base with a double, 2 RBI. That's outside.
Now, is it a 3-inning run rule? Is that an official game?
Well, I don't see. We went through this in baseball. In baseball, high school just has 10 after 5. That's the only run rule in baseball. I thought softball had 3, 4, and 5 innings. Now he's going to say that he's announcing her being in after 1 pitch.
Can you call it after?
Well, yes, you can. I think if he hadn't have done it and she'd have hit, then Har-Ber could have said she's out. If he hadn't have, luckily she didn't swing at the first one, get on base. 2-0. $16-0 Lady Bulldogs lead here. If nothing else, they've getting a chance of some good batting practice. There's a shot from Clements to the shortstop. And the throw over is misplayed in the dirt by the shortstop. And Clements will reach on an error. Pretty good job of Chapel to kind of slide out there in her way, getting her eyesight.
Number 0, Kinley Fisher.
And now Fish will give another shot. She's got a double and a single, RBI of her own. Scored a run. That was just in the second inning. Upstairs, ball 1. I had all their senior spotlight stuff from basketball, and I erased them. And then I've gotten everybody's back except for Fish. She hasn't sent me a new one. I know she's going to. Mercer to play basketball. I know she was All-State 4 or 5 years in basketball.
You know her parents.
I know her parents, Floyd and Angel. I know she comes out of Bear Hollow. I know Jack and Vicky are her grandparents. Don't know Floyd's parents. No Keith's her uncle. The ice cream man's her cousin. Here's a 2-0, and it's fouled. 2-1 now to Fish. Of course, Carly's his sister. Cannon's her brother. 2-1. She's not a Juice World girl, is it?
No,
Was
that's
that
Saki.
Yeah, Saki.
No. Who is it is what it is.
That's Saki, too.
Okay.
Favorite thing.
Yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike to Kinley Fisher. First and second for Greenwood. Logue in the circle. Here it comes. This one's in the air. Second baseman drifts back into the grass. It's going to fall. Runners will move up. Bases are juiced now for the top of the order. And Miss Chelsea Passage.
But it's not Passage. That's Paige Pugh.
Oh, well,
I believe that's Paige.
number 18. Yes,
Yeah,
Paige
that's
Pugh.
18.
So Pugh will come in and be the 9th batter
Paige Pugh.
for the Lady Bulldogs here in the 3rd. Passage Day will end 2 for 3.
So kind of a de facto JV game. Get some kids some at-bats. With the score not in doubt.
Right. Logue will rock and fire. Here it is. Called strike to Paige Pugh with the bases loaded.
Here's what I love about Paige. Left-handed first baseman.
Right.
All is right with the world when
That's
you have
right.
a left-handed first baseman.
I agree.
It's the way it's
That's
supposed
right.
to be, yeah.
Yes. She's got a home run on the year in varsity play.
She's also a pitcher.
Really?
Yep.
Good. Called strike. 0-2.
She throws it left-handed. Bats right.
Well, that's good. Got to have pitchers, and to compete at this level, it's all about pitching. She's a sophomore. Here comes the 0-2. Got to swing away at everything. The strike zone's humongous. That's foul out of play. 16-0 strike zone. Bases loaded to Pugh. Paige Pugh. That's a wild pitch, and they hold the runners up. 1-2. Nobody out still here in the top of the third, or the bottom of the third, rather. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pugh. Swing and a miss on the strikeout. And there's one down. Here comes Riley Cowart
Riley Cowart.
for the Lady Bulldogs.
Freshman Maya McCoy steps out on the on-deck circle. See
Cow-
if this iPad's cooled off any.
Cowart's a sophomore.
The Greenwood bats have not.
No. Still bases loaded. And Riley Cowart, a right-handed bat. She'll dig in, number 22. Logue spins the right ball on the right hip, and here it comes. This one's lifted in the air. Shortstop comes in on it. Infield fly rule in effect, so Cowart's out. And there's 2 down.
Now batting for Greenwood, number 10, Maya McCoy.
Here's Maya McCoy.
She's batting for Maddie, I
McCoy.
believe.
Yes, also a sophomore, or a freshman rather, Maya McCoy. Sure like to see the youth. McCoy can play. Another 2 sports star, huh? She play any volleyball, do we know?
She plays volleyball. Legit.
Yes, she does.
She plays really good volleyball.
First pitch is inside, ball 1. 16-0. Both the 2-point conversions were good for the Greenwood. Bases loaded for McCoy. 1 ball count. That's right down the middle. That's the one she wanted. Like to have it back.
Maya's played numerous varsity innings so far for the volleyball or for the softball team as well.
Mm-hmm. McCoy waits on it. The 1-1. And it's ripped to center. Look out now. This one's got a chance off the wall over the center fielder. And it's down. And McCoy has a 2 RBI double.
We may have to put a new fence in. We keep banging it off there.
Right?
Have to go visit the friends at Farmers Bank to see what the policy is on that.
Here's another sophomore, Lily Williams. She'll bat for Natalie Thomas. 18-0. Thought McCoy might have had a grand salami for a minute off the bat, but just got over the center fielder's head. They backed her back to the shade tree. Lily Williams. Swinging a miss. Lily's got a home run on the season.
Which ironically is not one of the pines.
Right. It's the old oak tree. Is it an oak? What is that? Elm? I don't know. I'm not a, what's that called? A tree person?
Yep.
Arborist.
Arborist.
A tree person.
Oh,
I don't
and
think
one.
that's what they're called.
There's a shot into the hole. Shortstop has no play, and it's an infield single for Williams and an RBI. Good. Lily Williams.
This will bring up McAdams. Yep.
Now batting for Greenwood, number 23, Haley McAdams.
Haley McAdams. Haley's a freshman. Runners at the corners now for the Lady Bulldogs.
Haley's got a good
19-0.
arm on her, too. She's a pitcher that may throw the hardest that we have
Really?
in our stable of pitchers.
I like that. Like flamethrowers. Called strike. Well, you just hope the pitcher gives them something to hit. Obviously, the strike zone's way widened. I bet you Har-Ber will get a chance to bat one more time, get some girls in. As you said, an impromptu JV game, if you will. So be curious to see if you want to see if the girls get a pitch to hit. He's saying, come on, pitcher, something close. I'll give it to you. 1-1.
Haley, another two-sport athlete. She's a volleyball player as well.
Nice.
Undefeated conference champions. I guess we were undefeated. They lost one game
In junior high,
in ninth grade.
hot
Yep.
seat. Coach Pope on the hot seat. There's a ball right inside the bag under the third baseman's glove on an RBI. And Williams will scamper over to third, and that'll move up McAdams on the throw in. Fantastic. McCoy will score.
Now batting for
And an
Greenwood,
RBI
number 1,
single for
Cooper.
McAdams. Oh, back to the jukebox. Got our
iPad's cooled off.
Yeah.
California.
Spinning the hits again.
Ireland Cooper.
DJ Doc Smith.
Right.
Now trying to keep track of who's in for who and where they're going defensively.
No Saki will re-enter everybody having the same defense back in there, except for the pitcher because she can't come back in. Here's Cooper. She's in for Cutsinger, who was 3 for 3 on the day, 3 RBI, 3 runs scored. Logue will rock and fire out of the circle and almost plunked her. It's inside, ball 1. Ireland Cooper. Had a Scotland last year. We got an Ireland this year. It's beautiful. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, 20-0, Lady Bulldogs.
You ever been to either one?
No.
Mr. Gamble? Scotland or Ireland?
Called strike.
Bucket list.
I felt like I was Scottish or Irish a lot.
Mm-hmm.
1-1 now to Cooper.
Mr. Holland? Scotland or Ireland?
I have not been across the pond.
There's a shot back up the middle. Shortstop gloves it. can't get her. They're going to call her out.
Ah,
Close play at first, but she's called out, and that will end the third inning. A huge one for the Lady Bulldogs.
At the end of 3 innings, the score Greenwood
1, 2, 3,
20,
4,
Har-Ber
5,
0.
6, 7, 8, 9 runs got across on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits for Greenwood. Whew.
Well, you're talking about
There was an error in the
defensively, they're going back in,
inning. Yeah, I knew they would.
except for Charlie Taylor's coming behind the plate. Haven's going to the pitcher's circle.
Right.
Who's that out in left? 21. That is Natalie Horn out in left. Cutsinger looks like she's going back to center. And take your pick down the right field line. Who's going into right?
That's been his MO in the past, to re-enter everybody defensively, because you still want them to stay sharp. I guess we're going to be on turf pretty much the rest of the way out from here, but still want them to see the ball coming at them. Chapel will be in right. Cutsinger, and you talked about 21 is Natalie Horn, a freshman, will go to left. Taylor will be behind the dish. Charlie's a quality pitcher. Cartwright's back out at third. Saki, Passage, and Thomas around the horn.
And this is a lineup you're probably going to see in the state tournament.
Yeah.
Defensively, except maybe for Natalie Horn to put Fish back out left.
right.
And if the season's been any indication, but it's always good to get them some playing time so you can find out,
Yes.
hey, we may need to use you.
Has
in the state
Chapel been
tournament.
in right whenever Charlie's catching? Has that been the MO?
Generally, yes. But we've played a lot of players out in the outfield, just finding pieces. Maya McCoy's played out in right.
Right. Okay, that's correct. I've seen her.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
In right.
Right.
see.
Brooke Byer will bat for Har-Ber.
Brooke Byer.
She's their catcher. Right-handed bat, struck out her first time up.
Har-Ber may say, we drove all the way down here.
Right.
Let's get some innings in.
No question.
And we may see a cassette pitch as well. She's been a reliable arm.
Haven's first one's in the dirt. Ball one.
In baseball, they'd call this a bullpen day.
Yes.
Will Haven get a little? I mean, they're gonna have to throw her tomorrow, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Right. Top of the fourth. Inside. 2-0. Right-handed bat, Brooke Byer. She's ready for it. Clements will wind the right arm through, and that's upstairs. 3-0. Haven trying to find the strike zone here out of the bullpen.
And it's different. You come in relief.
Mm-hmm.
You're used to starting the game, and you would think starting a clean inning or fresh inning wouldn't be much different.
Well, 20 run support. Kind of hard to get down and grind as she walks the leadoff batter. It's only the second base runner. Had one reach on our error. Saki's fielding error earlier. That's it. Here's Jackson Logue, who's pitching now for Har-Ber. Let's see what coach has up his sleeve. Larry Lawson, I believe, calling the shots. And they're going to courtesy run for the catcher.
Could we assume that's Chipper?
Chipper Jones?
Well, Larry. They called him Chipper.
Oh. 24 is not on the roster that I have. Running.
That's Vanna White.
That's what we go with.
No, I mean I'm.
Do they have somebody on there? No, you're just throwing a name out there.
Yeah, I mean, I got a number out there. I'm just
24.
Emily Shaben.
Ken Griffey Jr.
You didn't cut it off. Emily Shaben is the runner.
Gotcha. So, foul ball from Logue is strike one.
Logue started at third. Been in the circle for an inning plus.
Oh, I do see Emily Shaban now. I didn't scroll over enough on my phone. My bad. In there for a called strike from Clements, 1-1 or 0-2 now to Logue.
I said this earlier, but she's found that changeup again. Had trouble locating it early in the year, and she has found it again the last few games, and that's a dynamite pitch for her.
Here's the 0-2. Bounced away from Taylor, and that'll let Shaban scoot up to second. 1-2 now the count. Haven's been a formidable pitcher for the Lady Bulldogs. Not really overpowering. Pitch to contact. She hits her spots. Got some movement on it. Just low that time, 2-2. She's been at it for a long time in the circle.
Not just for the Lady Bulldogs.
Right. For the Lady Fast Dogs.
The Fast
as
Dogs.
well. Right. A few familiar faces out there on this squad. That's inside. Full count now. Taylor's going to throw down as they tried to swipe second on a pass ball, and she is out.
He's saying it's a dead ball on a walk?
It was not a walk. It wasn't ball four for sure. It was 2-2. Is he going to say it hit the runner or hit the batter?
I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
Apparently they gave it
He's saying hit her. That's what the call is going to be, a hit by pitch.
Okay.
It certainly did not, but Madison Pratt's up now. Saki says let's work on getting two right here. Pratt's a right-handed bat, and she was the only person to reach earlier on an error, and this one's towards second. That's one that Thomas might want to get, but she still let Chelsea grab it and make the play at first. Passage with huge range, my goodness. That was tailor-made for Thomas. She had time to scoop and go touch the bag, but she says, let's see what Chelsea's got. 4-3 on the putout. There's one down. Ileana Sauls will come in. She's at third base now. Struck out looking her first time up. One down here in the top of the fourth. Ball. Must
Over
have been
below.
Over below. Very good. One ball count. 20-0. Here comes the 1-0. That's chopped back towards Saki. She'll come home with it, but
Ooh.
Taylor wasn't ready for it. It would have been an easy pick right there. I think that's what I thought Coach just told her that we're coming home with it. Taylor wasn't ready. And Allie was trying to protect the shutout. The run scores, and Sauls moves up to second, reaching on a fielder's. I guess she reached on an error.
still a fielder's choice and
there's
an
no
error.
out.
I mean,
Well, there wasn't an out, so it really couldn't be a fielder's choice, could it?
they
Look
make
how
the
that works.
decision. That she made the choice.
Yeah,
The fielder did.
right. Yeah, you're right. 2-0 now. The ball gets away, but runners stay at home. Second and third. This is Jaden Tuck up there. It's a 2-0 count. Still a no-hitter intact, by the way. This one's in the air to Chappell. She's drawn a bead and right. Makes the catch, and the throw comes through. A sac fly. Another run across for the Lady Wildcats.
Still a no-hitter.
Absolutely. There's two down. Runner at third is Sauls.
Now batting number 5.
And here's Shay Acosta. She's their right fielder.
Yeah, Tuck about it before her.
Yes. Here's Acosta. And Clements brings it home. That's in there for a called strike. 20-2.
Haven's one of those pitchers. You don't know if you're down 20 or up 20.
Uh-huh.
You
Yep.
just
Like
Steady
Jerica.
Eddie.
Like Landry Jerica. There's a ball right back up the box. Passage with a nice backhand, but couldn't field it up cleanly. And an infield hit.
there goes the no-hitter.
Yep.
Now that we got that out of the way.
Right. It's an RBI as well for Acosta.
Now batting number 23, Abby Reed.
You talk about Postage's range there. She just frustrated with herself for not coming up with the play. Got there, knocked it down.
Tip foul from Abby Reed.
And that's not an easy play, by the way.
No. The thing is, though, and Haven probably feels bad, she just barely missed snagging it in the circle when it came off the bat. But
Postage has covered some ground at second here in this inning.
no doubt. Here's one Chelsea couldn't get to. That's a hit into center field as well. And it's first and second with 2 outs for Blakeland Combs, number 2.
Now batting number 2, Blakeland Combs.
20-3. Clements looking for out number 3. Here it comes. Called strike.
Just a recap of action coming up. Tomorrow, state track meet. Tomorrow, also senior soccer night. Tomorrow, also softball at Bentonville. And then Friday night, baseball here
Swing and a miss, 0-2.
at 5 o'clock. Baseball will also be here Monday night,
Really?
prepping before the state tournament.
Do we know who they'll get? Who's the 1 seed from the South? Texarkana or
Sheridan.
Sheridan? Good. It's upstairs, 1 and 2.
Sheridan's AD texted me earlier this week and said, go ahead and throw number 2. Leave your number 1 for Friday.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Here's the 1-2. That one's fouled out of play over towards the Hamilton tennis courts.
Doc.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Blakeland Combs, their second baseman. Here it comes. Here's a shot towards Saki. She'll gobble this up over to Postage for out number 3 as they force Abby Reed. And that ends the top of the 4th.
Bottom of the 4th inning for Greenwood 20, Har-Ber 3.
No. I guess they're going to keep on keeping on here. Let's see. In the 4th, there was 3 runs scored for Har-Ber.
2 hits.
2 hits, no errors. 1 left on base. I guess officially the girl that hit that ball would be considered stranded on base. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, 20-3. Chapel's actually due up. We'll see if he has,
LA out on the on-deck circle.
okay, so it's not Chapel.
Liliana.
Well, there's your Gigrich. You can promote Craig. That is his daughter.
Yeah,
coming
this
back.
is Sean's
Oh, yeah?
go-to.
Yeah. I did give Gigrich some airtime a few games ago when Cartwright's Grand Slam rocket frozen rope went right over his sign over the fence. We have to raise that fence up.
Liliana. Gigrich.
Yeah.
Leading off for Greenwood, number 24, Liliana Gigrich.
Gigrich will come in and bat in the 4th and Chapel spot.
L.A.
L.A.
The home plate umpire's over there trying to talk to Har-Ber's coach. He may run out of ink before he's able to fill in who all's batting where and for who. And who'd you say was due up? Chapel?
This is Chapel's spot.
It looks like Cassette's on deck.
And that's in that pitcher's spot where Howard and Clements have been. Doesn't necessarily mean that's what she's going to go in and do, but
She was warming up in the bullpen.
here is Gigrich. Ball 1,
They may have agreed to just say, well, we're going to play 5.
right?
No matter what, we're just going to go ahead and play 5. That would be my
I agree.
thought process
Yeah.
right here.
Right? 20-3 is the score. That's outside to L.A. 2-0 count.
I'm believing that Mr. Gamble's streak is going to stay alive,
Right.
barring a comeback of epic proportions.
Gingrich ducked out of that one. Was going to beat her. It's 3-0. Yeah, I was a little bit worried at first because the first broadcast I did of softball, we lost to Southside, and I thought, well, this is not a good start. We've since got the sweep of Greenbrier and didn't today. Here's the 3-0 to Gingrich. It's low, and she walked her, so a base runner. Dare I say the leadoff batter has been on every inning.
Number 5, Madeline Cassette.
Madeline Cassette will bat here in the 5th. Big shoes to fill with that number 5 she's got on.
Oh,
She'll be fine. Cassette's a sophomore. Right-handed bat. This one's in the air. Center fielder's got to come way in on it. She was playing pretty deep, does it, and throws to first. Nearly doubles off L.A., but she's back in time. That's Pratt out there in center.
Now batting for Greenwood, number 12, Abby.
And I think, if I'm looking here, yeah, really our first fly ball out of the game. Who we got?
Abby Summit.
Oh, A.J. Summit, a junior.
Straight out of
Well, she was out of Bellwood, but she's since been traded out to Burnville now. She's in the Burnville area. Summit looks at strike one.
I don't know if there's a player that has more fun than Abby Summit.
Right.
She likes to dance on the music.
Yeah.
She's always got a comment.
Yes. And a good player.
She enjoys life.
She's a pretty solid softball player of her own right. Her and Cartwright traveled together as little leaguers. That one's chopped over foul towards the third base side. 0-2 to Summit. Basketball as well. Thick as thieves, if you will. I know their parents are. Goodness gracious.
I know at Alma, she came over to me they were running between innings, and she said, Dr. Smith, they called Maddie Summit in the starting lineup. I said, well, with good reason, you guys are so.
Yeah. Here's the 0-2. Summit to the third baseman. They go to second and get the lead runner. Gingrich is out there.
We're back to Paige Pugh.
5-4 for out number 2. Summit's on fielder's choice. Top of the order is Paige Pugh in the one hole. Good play over there at third base from Sauls. No, wait a minute. They've swapped them around again. I believe that Crowley's over at third now. She was at short. I think they've jostled some fielders. That's a ball to Pugh. Bottom of the 4th.
Like to see Summit still here.
Not 20-3.
Not 20-3.
Unless you want Pugh to catch one in the ear hole.
I do not.
That's
want
outside. But you know what, though? It's kind of like when your backups get in a football game, you just keep handing the ball off. Well, I want to see that young quarterback's arm, so you can't throw it when you're up 56-10. But, I mean, sometimes, give her a chance. Work on a steal. I know it's the old unwritten rules, but this one's fouled right back at us into the net. 2-1 now to Pugh.
Well, Jim Gordy was sitting there earlier. I thought that would be right in his lap. But he has since relocated.
Bottom of the 4th.
I don't know. I think it's our job to score. It's your job to stop us.
There's truth in that. But these games with bases have so many unwritten rules. And you got to go on a pass ball, of course. So Summit's going to move up as it went, actually a wild pitch, to the fence. It's 3-1. Now, obviously, you can say take one base. We've seen that happen before. You take just base at a time on a hit to the gap. Certainly done that. We've stepped on home or left the base early to get intentional out when it's little bit out of hand. There's a ball ripped by Pugh to the shortstop, gobbled up to first base, out number 3. And that'll be it for Greenwood here. Pugh goes down 6-3. Left to man on base. No hits, no runs for Greenwood there in the bottom of the 4th.
No errors, 1 left on base. We move to the top of the 5th inning. Score still Greenwood 20, Har-Ber 3.
And it looks like the top of the order would be coming up for Har-Ber. We'll see if they bring in any substitutes here. Probably the last at-bat if Dr. Smith's prognosis just comes in through. What's it called? What do I call it?
Prognosis.
Okay, let's see what we got. That is McAdams over at third. Cassette is into pitch. Shortstop is...
Sexton. Carly Sexton.
Is that her? Okay, that's a 6. Gotcha. Carly Sexton.
Ireland Cooper's at second. Paige Pugh's at first.
McCoy,
Riley Cowart is behind the plate.
McCoy in center.
Gigrich in left.
And we're still waiting on the mystery right fielder. Probably be Summit, huh? Nope, it's
Nope.
going to be Williams.
Billy Williams. An academic all-star.
Which one?
Lily Williams.
Yeah, brother of Jack Williams. Little Jack.
Well, she's not the brother of Jack Williams.
Her brother's Jack Williams.
Yeah, her brother is.
Yeah, wild man.
Sticking another 36 on the wall. No, it's high academic standard
Wow.
and will be much celebrated.
No pressure, Lily. We're calling for a 36 on the ACT.
Made a 29 as a 7th grader. That ain't bad. Did you ever make a 29, Tim?
Yeah, I did. I played the front 9 one time, and I was after 6 holes. After number 7, I was 29. It was amazing.
Yeah. Let's talk about ACT.
I made 25 3 times. It's a good story behind it.
Well-
Left-handed bats Crowley,
Was that a
2-0.
like a cumulative 25?
No.
Plate for Har-Ber.
I was trying to get a 27 to go to Texas. And I
Like the
couldn't.
university?
Yes, I could never get there. Here's a 2-0 to Crowley. It's popped up, off with the hat, and catch made. Well done.
Textbook. What you do as a catcher is get rid of the mask, find the ball, locate it, and make the play.
Number 8, Brooke
There's
Byer.
Riley Cowart back there. Here's Brooke Byer.
Cassetta, sophomore.
Cassette, number 5, is a sophomore. I believe that's Brent's daughter. Good kid. Couple years younger than me in high school.
Yeah. Jenny O's class.
Yeah, 95, I believe.
Yeah. Jenny O's class.
Right?
She's a flyer.
Yes. Byer fouls it back in the netting. 0-1. Right-handed bat.
You start thinking about, obviously you still got some stuff to do this year.
Base hit for Breyer and deep into the hole. Cooper couldn't come up with it. It's second.
But you start looking at arms moving forward. Obviously, Torrey Howard and Cassette both. McAdams is just a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Some young arms coming.
Yeah.
I say coming, they're here.
Yeah, right?
Definitely, the future looks bright in the circle right out there for Greenwood.
Kind of curious about that 8th grade squad with Little Jones and Piercy and Hunklow. If they play softball, there's some awesome athletes. They run with the Reagan Clements and the Fast Dogs basketball, and a lot of times he'll put a softball team together too. Swing and a miss from Logue.
Pate does some running, that's for sure.
Sweet Moses, does she?
Mm.
Well, her mother does too. She runs all over the place. 0-1 to Logue.
Run many miles in Greenwood.
I try to honk at it when I'm driving to work in the morning when they're out there.
You aren't running?
Because I'm running to work. I mean, in the car.
Yeah. The only way you're running is someone's chasing you?
Yes.
Or to the dinner
And
table?
I won't be very far. Either one of them.
No sense in running.
Yeah, I'm going to get caught. I just got to hope somebody's fatter and slower than me in the group. So I always try to put somebody that has that with me. Little flare up to Coop. She's got it at second. Good job. Logue is out. will pop up to the second baseman. 2 down now. Here's Madison Pratt, their center fielder.
Now batting number 16.
Pratt reached on an error and grounded out to second base. Top of the 5th here, 20-3 Greenwood. I figure this might be all for the ball game. We'll see if they play more than 5.
You know, Ireland Cooper has been primarily a runner for the Lady Bulldogs throughout the year, courtesy runner for either the pitcher or the catcher, and it's good to see her out there defensively.
Yeah. You know, that one that got in the hole, the hit there was, she got a glove on it. That one's ripped out to right and got over Williams. Pratt, mercy sakes, turns on the Jets into Coop, and they stopped her. They came home with it. The ball got loose, hit the umpire.
It's a good play.
Yeah, and so a double for Pratt. Well hit ball got burnt Williams out there right.
As one of those tailing away from her. She
Yep.
thought she had an angle on it, but it had some slice to it.
Now batting number 10, Lena Sauls.
And here's Ileana Sauls
I guess
now.
more of a little cut. She was
Yes, right?
very unlike my golf swing. More of a slice. Than
Right, yes.
I'll tell you, nobody can play a dog leg right like I can.
That's right. Called strike to Sauls. Good pitch from Cassette.
Did you say dog leg right?
Yeah.
Right. Correct.
Or dog leg left right like you can?
Left. No,
Here's the 0-1.
it slices away.
Fouled back into the netting. The slice, so you're going to need some dog leg rights. Yep. 0-2 now. 2 outs. Sauls. Right-handed bat. She
We'll quit
gets
talking golf. We'll talk.
in. I love talking
So,
golf.
but I know you do.
I used to play it. It was fun.
We got 0-2 or 1-2?
0-2. That's tipped off the catcher's glove. Still 0-2. If the blue says 1-2, then we'll change it, but I didn't see a ball in this sequence. Second and third for Har-Ber.
Didn't see a pitched ball.
No, right. 2 outs. Here it comes from Cassette. And she's staying alive. Tipped another one back into the netting for Sauls. She scored a run, struck out looking, reaching a fielder's choice today.
I wonder if Saki will try to bury one inside here. 0-2 count. Been outside. Thinking the batter may be leaning out there a little bit and see if you can go inside corner.
And it was buried all right. Got past the catcher. Run's going to score, and Pratt's going to move up. Bayer comes in, and it's 20-4.
And they want
1-2 the count.
the old saying for the catcher, be a wall back there.
Got to be a wall. That's right. Slip through the 5-hole. 1-2. Here's Cassette's the right-handed pitcher. Got her, racked her up on a outside black and a backwards K. And
That'll be the ball game.
that will do it. Great day for the Lady Bulldogs. Just a ton of runs scored. And I'm going to see if I can give you a number here.
That is the end of
22 hits is what I've got up.
Oh, I thought you were saying runs. I was
No.
going to give you the number of 20.
Yeah, for sure. 22 hits. So a big win for Greenwood. Always nice to beat the bigger schools and a 6A opponent here in the Har-Ber.
much luck in the rest of their season.
And we wish some safe travels to the ladies from Springdale as they head back up the hill. And safe travels to the Lady Bulldogs tomorrow as they go up the hill as well.
Still
Take on
undefeated.
Bentonville. Dr. Smith, appreciate it, brother.
Man, I
Good
enjoyed
times.
it.
Hope y'all enjoyed it on the live stream. As I appreciate Mr. Holland bringing the production to life for us here.
And tolerating our shenanigans and
Yes.
witty comments and banter and somewhat
Such. Yeah.
not witty.
You're right. 20-4, Lady Bulldogs beat Springdale Har-Ber. We will see you maybe Friday, our next broadcast on the live stream of some Greenwood baseball coming to you over from Nine Pines Baseball Diamond.
You've self-named several things tonight. Hamilton Courts.
Fantastic.
I mean, can we call it 10 trees at least?
10
Because
trees.
it's-
I don't know. I still like Nine Pines.
9 Pines, true, is a true statement. I'm not going to,
Right?
but there's also another tree there.
You can't, but yeah, but
That
there's
tree's
not a
with the
tree
softball
over
field.
here.
You're not one
of the
That's
tree
a
guys.
lesson.
I'm not one of the tree people. I'm not a tree hugger. The tree's actually with the softball field. I think the
That's
pines,
not true. It's on the other side of
It
the
is
creek.
on the other side
Oh,
of the
is it?
creek. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So you would be wrong. You've been wrong before.
Well, once I was that time. I couldn't stand it. We'll call it a night here from the Lady Bulldog softball diamond, Ronnie Saki Field. 20-4, Lady
Jill
Bulldogs.
Barrett Field.
Yeah, right. Hey, there you go. 20-4, Lady Bulldogs beat Har-Ber. We'll see you maybe Friday for our next live stream, some baseball. For Dr. Smith and myself, Tim Terry and Sean Holland, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate all of our sponsors down the line. And we'll see you next time here on Greenwood Sports Center. So long.